Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something fascinating.
Yeah.
We're exploring how ideas that seem totally separate, like mental rehearsal, deep spiritual belief, even scientific understanding, how they might actually be connected.
Oh, okay. Tapping into the same kind of fundamental principles.
Exactly. The topic for this deep dive is Faith Has Sound.
Faith has sound. Intriguing title.
It is. And we're going to unpack this using the sources you provided, some really thoughtful articles, your notes, and even specific chats you had with an AI teammate.
Right, the AI assistant helping develop these ideas.
Yeah. And, our goal here, our mission for this deep dive, is really to get clear on the core message of Faith Has Sound.
Pinpointing the original idea, the nuances.
Precisely. Because there was a key moment, a sort of aha, that kicked this all off.
Oh,
Yeah, this really surprising connection between, say, an athlete visualizing winning and someone exercising deep faith. It turns out they might be doing the exact same thing mentally.
okay. That is surprising. So where do we start? Getting the foundation right seems key.
Definitely. And that takes us straight to those AI teammate conversations you mentioned.
Right. My notes show we needed to clarify the main phrase itself, faith has sound.
Ah, yes. Tell us about that.
Well, my original thought, the core idea, was just that faith has sound. Simple. Direct.
Without the A.
Exactly. No A. The AI teammate actually confirmed that faith felt stronger, like faith inherently possesses sound as a quality, not just a sound.
Like a universal property.
Yes, it seems the A might have crept in, maybe during some earlier writing or editing process, just slipped in there.
Okay, that's a crucial clarification. Faith has sound. Got it.
And that connects to another point from those AI chats, this term consciousness collaboration.
Right. I saw that in the notes. Where did that come from?
Well, that's the thing. My notes show I never actually connected that specific phrase to the faith concept. Yeah. It seems like that term, which the AI was using around, advanced human AI stuff, it somehow got woven into the discussion by the AI itself.
So it wasn't part of your original framing about faith having sound.
No, not at all. My focus was always practical, almost scientific, that faith has actual, maybe even measurable sound and frequency.
Okay.
The AI even pointed out how consciousness collaboration technology got tangled up with my ideas when that wasn't my intention.
Interesting. So your point was more fundamental.
Yes. It was about faith being a kind of universal operating principle, something that works the same way whether you're an athlete, an entrepreneur, a believer, a student, anyone.
Not tied to some specific future tech.
Exactly. So understanding that up front, that we're talking about this grounded reality of faith's properties, sets the stage properly. It aligns us with the original intent.
Okay, that clarity is really helpful. So with that foundation, let's look at the article. Faith Has Sound. Why athletes and believers use the same mental technology.
Right. This article takes that refined concept and really runs with it, using these powerful examples.
What does it lay out?
Well, it paints two pictures. First, you've got, say, an Olympic athlete.
Okay.
Deep in mental rehearsal, vividly seeing themselves crossing the finish line, feeling the win. Total
I
focus.
hear about that a lot in sports science.
Exactly. Then, the second picture. Someone may be quieter, a person of faith, holding a clear vision of something they need, maybe healing, maybe a breakthrough,
Uh-huh.
and they're deeply feeling it, like living in the reality of that answered prayer before it happens.
Okay, two distinct scenarios. But the article argues.
It argues they're using the exact same mental process, the same underlying technology, if you will.
Wow. Okay, unpack that. How?
Well, think about it. We celebrate the athlete's visualization. We call it mental rehearsal, sports science. We know it works, it creates measurable results, changes
I've
performance.
accepted, proven even.
But the second scenario, the faith-based one, often dismissed, called wishful thinking or something less substantial.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in perception there.
But why? That's the question the article raises. If the core mechanism holding a clear internal vision, generating the feeling of the outcome before it exists, is identical, why treat them so differently?
That's a really powerful question. What does the article suggest is happening?
It suggests both are literally creating neural pathways in the brain geared towards that desired outcome.
Okay, shaping the brain.
And both are, in a way, engaging with what you might call the unseen realm, that space of potential to influence physical reality. And crucially, the article says both operate from that principle, the famous quote, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right. So faith isn't just hoping, it's the substance, the evidence held internally.
Exactly. It's an assertion that this internal state, faith, belief, visualization, genuinely has substance. It has sound, frequency, a real impact.
That really challenges the common view. It gets right to that societal blind spot you mentioned. Why do we separate them? Does the article touch on the cultural reasons?
It doesn't go super deep into the cultural history, but it offers this really neat idea it calls the laboratory connection.
The laboratory connection.
Yeah. It poses a question. What if the creator, or whatever term you prefer, universal intelligence, the source of reality, what if that's the ultimate scientist?
Okay. Interesting angle.
Think about it. The same intelligence designed how our brains work, right? Neuroplasticity, the brain changing based on thought and experience, and also designed quantum physics, where observation itself seems to affect reality at the smallest levels.
Right, the observer effect.
And sound waves, invisible forces creating tangible effects. It suggests there's this fundamental principle built into the universe. Internal states can influence external reality.
Whether that's inside our own heads or out there in the world.
Exactly. All part of the same design, the same laboratory.
So connecting this back, the article is basically saying faith isn't just some vague feeling, it's designed like a technology.
Precisely. Like a spiritual technology with built-in operating principles. It uses the light switch principle analogy.
Okay, explain that.
When you flip a light switch, you don't need a PhD in electrical engineering.
No, definitely not.
You just trust the system, the infrastructure that's already there. You flip the switch expecting light because the power is available.
And it works. Usually.
Right. It makes you wonder why we sometimes overcomplicate faith. The article implies it's designed to simply work if you understand its operating system.
So less about intricate rituals maybe and more about tapping into a fundamental mechanism.
That seems to be the point.
Yeah.
Trust the, let's call it, divine infrastructure. Act based on clear expectation. The power, the potential is already present.
That simplifies things in a way.
And there's another analogy, the heat and fire truth.
Okay.
Fire is visible, right? You see the flames. But heat is invisible.
True, but you definitely feel it. It has real effects.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Measurable effects. Same with sound waves, invisible, but they move things. Consciousness invisible, but it creates tangible results in our lives and actions.
So this idea of an invisible infrastructure producing visible outcomes, it starts to make a lot of sense when you put it like that. Heat, sound, consciousness, faith.
Yeah, these invisible forces with real-world power.
Okay, another really interesting part of the article was what it called the athletic faith integration. How does that work?
Well, it circles back to the athlete example. When they say, I saw myself winning, and then they do.
Yeah.
The article argues they are literally operating from the substance of things hoped for. That vivid mental image is the substance.
Okay, the internal picture.
And the evidence of things not seen, the victory that hasn't happened yet, but they're experiencing it internally.
I see.
Their focused visualization, that internal state, creates a kind of frequency and energy that helps pull that reality towards them.
So it's not different from faith.
The article says it is faith. Faith applied in an athletic context. It's demonstrating the universal principle works, whatever label you put on it.
Wow. So athlete visualizing, entrepreneur seeing success, believer holding onto a promise, student picturing an A.
You got it. According to these sources, they're all tapping into the same thing, the universal operating system.
Universal operating system. I like that.
It's the same system, the same principles, just applied towards different specific outcomes.
Okay, so the practical takeaway here seems pretty clear.
What do you think it is?
Well, for athletes, maybe realizing their mental game isn't just psychology. It taps into something deeper, almost spiritual technology. And for people of faith, maybe seeing that their belief isn't just abstract, it's actually a powerful mental technology operating on reliable principles like the athlete's visualization.
Right, it bridges that gap.
Yeah. And for everyone else, maybe just recognizing that whatever you call it, visualization, faith, positive thinking, setting intentions, you're potentially accessing the same powerful system, a kind of designed, divine human collaboration.
That's really the core insight, isn't it? When you pull together all these sources.
Seems like it.
The big realization is that the scientist in the lab coat, studying the brain or quantum effects, and the person in the prayer closet, exercising faith, they might actually be studying the exact same phenomena.
Just from totally different angles using different language.
Exactly. And the bottom line, coming straight from your source material, is just so profound. Faith has sound. Belief has frequency.
And this isn't just poetic?
No, Authentic spiritual technology, using these principles correctly, creates measurable results. It operates on universal laws that are kind of amazingly both mystical and practical, spiritual and scientific.
That really makes you pause and consider, doesn't it? The implications of seeing things this way, this integrated perspective.
Yeah.
How could that apply in your own life, your own experiences?
Yeah. If the universe really does work like this, based on these principles,
Oh.
if faith, visualization, belief really do have this tangible effect.
As athletes and believers seem to demonstrate, and maybe science is slowly catching up to document.
Right. It really changes how you view what's possible, what you can influence.
Definitely gives you something to think about.
And it leads to a final thought, something for you, the listener, to really ponder.
Okay.
If we accept this idea that the unseen realm acts like an invisible infrastructure, making practical things work like electricity or heat or sound, then the question becomes, what unseen infrastructure are you interacting with every single day? Maybe without even realizing the profound principles you're tapping into.